All right, well, this is National Master Matt Fleury. We're doing some banter blitz here today. Hopefully, I'll get the black pieces here since I had white the last time. We're here playing on Lee Chess, and we're doing video here to, I guess, get the kids excited about chess. All right, and we get black pieces here. All right, against Alberto Solano. All right, so let's see. What defense would you guys like to see here? He's got e4 up here. Oh, he aborted. Oh man. All right. Well, I guess we can do that first. What defense would you guys like to see if we have black here? What was that? Scandinavian. Okay.
If d4, I'd like to see a king's Indian.
Okay. King's Indian or Scandinavian. Okay. Here we have white. All right. So we'll play d4 in this one instead of e4. So this way. All right, so here we have d4, d5. Queen's Gambit, Verisov, London.
Who would you recommend for your beginner to intermediate students?
Beginner to intermediate students, in d4, d5, how about we would recommend the Verisov. We used to play this a lot in the 90s. He's playing a double Verisov here. This leads to somewhat non-standard chess, but we get something a little bit exciting in every game. There's no real way to get crushed in the Verisov in a matter of moves. Okay, so bishop to f5. Usually this means he's threatening knight to b4 with an attack on c2. We will allow him to do that. So already, even after 4 moves, we have a non-standard position already. So this means both players are thinking on their own. There's no openings, there's no traps, there's nothing like that. So we're sticking with the normal plan of playing in the center. And now suddenly he goes crazy. Well, all right, let's take the free bishop. Of course, he's going to take on d4. All right, so now we have a number of options. Queen a4 check, queen to d3, queen to d2. Very strange gambit by this guy here. Actually, I think we're going to play queen to d2. The idea here is that we're attacking the knight, but we're also skewering the pawn behind it. And if he defends it with c5, we are not in the way of our f1 bishop from going to b5. So here we're going to play this. Skewering. And here he just walked right into my trap. So the point is, that's why I didn't play queen to d3. Here when I play e3, I'm attacking his knight, but more importantly, I'm threatening bb5 check. And bb5 check should force resigns. Unless he wants to suffer. And some people do. Some people like suffering. And instead he resigned. Okay, well, so that's a nice little 8-move game.
Your turn. You want to do another one?
Yeah, of course. Let's do another one here. That was a little too quick. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to beat him that badly. But that's what happens in non-standard positions. Guys can go wrong very, very quickly when they don't know what to do. b3. Okay, so on b3, I typically always play in the middle with e5, and I defend this pawn with knight c6. And on e3, I've always been a big-time fan of d6. I've had this position quite a few times. And on this one, I always play here, developing the piece and breaking the pin. We were put in a pin. And so we break the pin with bishop to d7. This is actually somewhat of a new move, and a lot of these b3er guys are starting to play this. The old move was knight to e2. And I also like that line for black. So this one, he's not threatening anything. A lot of times here, I've actually just simply captured, and then played d5 and transposed to some sort of exchange French where he's already committed his bishop to b2. Queen g5 would be like a fake attack move. Queen g5 hitting g2. Although, interesting enough, queen g5 is actually threatening a discovery on the loose bishop on b5. So queen g5 is a tactical move here. God, that looks really tempting. I also could play pawn takes pawn, then queen g5, and really fork b5 and g2. He would have queen e2 check. I can block the check. And that might be a little too over aggressive, I guess. So, okay, we'll just handle it the old school way. Just take. He's thinking. Wonder why he's thinking. Is he going to take on c6 first? No. That's terrible. I wonder why he's thinking. Oh, he did do that, but that's awful. This gives me a tempo on g2. Unless he has something really fancy here. Queen h5, queen g4. Bishop takes d4, queen takes d4. Not certain what he's doing here. Queen takes d4. Okay. Now this would be really good if I had castled short, but g2 hangs. But is this poisonous? What is he going for here? Queen g4. He has no checks, so if I take g2, aren't I winning a rook here? Now, this game's even quicker than the last one. Yeah, just take. Gimme. Show me what you got. So, okay, so queen g4. Now if I take his rook, he can take on g7 with the bishop. I capture back. He plays queen takes g7. I play queen to f6, forking the rook on a1 and the queen on g7, and he can resign. So let's prove that. Take. Mozart. Yep, he goes right for it. Boom. And so kids at home, whenever your rook in the corner here on h8 is attacked and your knight is on g8, all you have to do is put your queen on f6 and that will defend your rook because the knight will guard the queen. Queen guards the rook. Everything's defending everything. And we're just up massive material here and he can tap. This also hits the rook in the corner, so if he wants to save his queen and run away... he tapped! Look at that. A 10-move game. Sorry, kids. We followed up an 8-move game with a 10-move game. All right. For the Seattle Chess School, I'm Matt, and we'll see you guys later.